cash flow is the lifeblood of any successful business. Strategize how that's going to happen. I generally make about £6,000 to about £8,000 a month. That's the goal. Hi everyone, my name is Vibha Kara. I'm the owner and founder of Navigate Business Recovery. Navigate Business Recovery. So I've been running my business for 7 years. This is my YouTube channel. And what I'd like to do is bring you daily videos to bring you and your business to some financial stability and make you more resilient and grow and be really successful. So today's video is all about how to recover financially and build business resilience. So today, that's all I'm going to be talking about in the video to help you navigate your journey of business resilience. Today's tips are all about assess and prioritize. So many people forget to prioritize what to pay, when to pay, and how to pay it. You can't use a credit card to pay another credit card debt. Just doesn't stack up, okay? So let's do this. We're going to prioritize. You've got 5 creditors, and you work out first in order of priority which one is the highest and which one is the lowest. I always say to people, the higher the debt, pay that one off first. Why? Because you save on the interest. The interest on the higher debt is likely to be much more than the ones on the smaller debt. So I like to have like an Excel spreadsheet. I put all the debts down when I'm working with clients, and I actually do it for them. I actually work out all the interest payments on a monthly basis as well, just to show them that the amount of money that they're actually wasting in the interest payments, because when you add all of that up, that could actually be your 2 months payments for another smaller credit card debt. So it's really important to have it written down. When you prioritize and you assess it like that in a spreadsheet, and you see it in front of you and you visualize it, rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to pay this one today, I'm going to pay that one next month, it's not going to work. You need to have a strategy. Spreadsheets work really, really well. That is the foundation of your financial resilience. And remember, that's exactly what I do. I help people manage their finances. So if you need to reach out, you need to ask me a handful of questions, any standard, simple, difficult query, send me a message and I'm happy to point you in the right direction. Because once you've got that plan, once we help you create that plan and you stick to it, you'll be fine. Trust me. So number 2, as everyone keeps saying, cash flow is the lifeblood of any business. Like, how many times have we actually heard that word? Thousands. I mean, I've been doing this for like 38 years now, and I probably hear it 4 or 5 times a week. And despite the fact that I keep telling my clients, my business owners, any prospective client that walks through my office, nobody listens. But I'm going to say it again, cash flow is the lifeblood of any successful business that needs to get to a stage of being resilient, and I always say a multimillionaire. Okay, so 3 steps that helps you do that. Okay, I like Excel spreadsheets, but there's so many digital apps now that you can download on your fingertips, on your phone. How much time do you spend on your phone? We spend so much time on our phones daily. Download an app, create a budget. Money coming in, money going out. That can be on your personal cash flow or your business cash flow. It works in the same way, okay? It's not rocket science. So when you have a spreadsheet that says this is the amount of money that's coming in this week. So I'm going to give you an example about my business. I generally make about £6,000 to about £8,000 a month. That's the goal, okay? Now, if I just willy-nilly start paying people out of that money, literally in 3 days, 4 days, that money's going to go. So what I have is an app called Zero. Zero is a bookkeeping app. In there, it tells me what I need to prioritize and what I need to pay first. So because I'm a service provider, I don't actually have suppliers, creditors chasing me for money on a regular basis. I have an online portal to my HMRC. So I pay my VAT, my PAYE on a timely manner. You just log into your HMRC portal to manage the cash flow. Why wait for 3 months to pay your VAT? Why can't you set up a standing order or a direct debit every month so you know when the 3 months are up, you've already paid a certain amount of money for your PAYE and your corporation tax and your VAT and what other taxes your business might need to pay out. So strategize how that's going to happen, okay? It's really important to keep a log of it, because if you want to be, as I keep saying, resilient, if you want to be successful, strategizing that cash flow and paying people who need to be paid in priority is going to work. I don't like using the word willy-nilly, but don't go and pay people willy-nilly, because that will mean at the end of the month you're going to be thinking, oh crumbs, I wish I didn't pay £4,000 to Joe Bloggs who was owed £4,000, when actually the more urgent debt had to be paid first. Really important to prioritize. So tip number 3 is how to diversify your revenue. So you must have been watching, and if you haven't, let me tell you a little bit of a story. There's a big construction giant, ISG, that went into administration recently, last month to be accurate about it. I don't really know the date, but it's a huge construction company. I have about a dozen construction clients who have all suffered a domino effect in their cash flow as a result of ISG going into administration. So how do we make sure we don't get into that financial difficulty where one of your customers has financial difficulty, it either goes into administration or it goes into liquidation, and you suffer? So it's really important that you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You might just be providing one service to ISG. Maybe you need to think about what else as a construction company are we capable of doing. So construction companies can build houses from top to bottom. They can do the foundation work of building a house or building a building. How would you diversify? So you can upsell things like loft conversions. You can upsell possibly plumbing services and hire somebody that does the plumbing work for you. You can upsell scaffolding services. You can upsell renovations. You can partner up with interior designers that would then come and do the interiors for you. You can outsource that work to an interior designer. There's so many different services. I mean, I could just Google probably 20 services that you could upsell in a construction business as a result of ISG going into administration. You don't want to be suffering in your cash flow because one customer's gone bust. My tip number 4 today on how to build strong client relationships. Why is it important to do that? So if you sign up a client, you've done a little bit of work for them over 2 months, 3 months, sometimes 3 years, because in the type of work that I do, my clients tend to last minimum 6 months to one client that was like 5 years. So when you build relationships with your clients, they're going to come back to you time and time again. So you need to explain to them the type of services that you're providing to start off with. You need to make sure you do a good job for the service that you're going to provide. You need to show that you practice what you preach. So no point in saying my strapline, which is, I guarantee I will sort out this personal guarantee for you. I need to deliver that result. It's really important that I deliver what I say in my letter of engagement and what I practice, what I preach. It's really important for you to do the same thing and say to them that, look, the relationship has come to an end because your service offering to that client has now come to an end. Keep in touch with them. Send them the annual Christmas card. Every now and then, prioritize in your inbox or your CRM to send them an email to say, hey Sam, hey Harry, whoever it is, long time no speak, hope everything's still okay. I know our client relationship finished and the service is finished 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Just thinking of you, hope the dogs are okay or hope the kids are okay. Something along those lines. And I would strongly advise that you do that continuously for probably minimum 3 years to 5 years. And then you might want to consider, actually, I haven't heard from Harry or Sam, I'm not going to write them an email anymore. But building that relationship, they will know V has emailed me again and again and again. And if anybody that they know needs my services, I'm going to be the first person that they are going to recommend. So finally, tip number 5, I'm going to talk about, as I keep saying time and time again, always take professional advice, or you can call it legal advice. I come across so many clients, so many people in my life on a daily basis, on a regular basis, that haven't taken advice about certain financial transactions, whether it be for personal reasons, whether it be for business reasons. If I'm a really big believer in my gut, so if something doesn't feel right, it isn't right. So when you feel that instinct that something isn't right, that's the time, that's your gut telling you, take the advice. Don't willy-nilly sign legal agreements. Don't enter into contracts with people and say, oh God, yeah, he's my best friend or he's my brother or my sister. I'll sign the agreement. It's not a problem. It's those relationships and those agreements are the first to fail. Getting into business, especially with family and friends, is the worst. I deal with them all the time and they're so tricky to deal with. But the importance here is it's okay to do that, but take advice. Find a solicitor, find an accountant, find a lawyer. Always talk things through with your best mate or your parents or whoever you want to talk it through with, but have it in writing, have it from somebody who's the expert in that field, so you know you've got a backup. If somebody says, oh God, no, that didn't happen, that's not the right way of interpreting things, you can say, well, look, I took legal advice. Always important to take legal advice. So there you have it. That's your 5 essential tips for financial recovery to building a resilient business. I'd really appreciate it if you felt that you could relate to the content, you understood the content, it was in layman's terms, and it's going to help you going forward. Press the bell, subscribe. Find me on LinkedIn, find me on Instagram, find me on Facebook, where we're doing some really amazing things. Again, helping people like you, sole traders, business owners, entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, teaching them how to make their businesses resilient. So that's me, V, from Navigate Business Recovery.